Afternoon, everybody. Wednesday afternoon, and kind of sad to report for the second time in as many days, we're preparing to evacuate if need be tonight. What's going on is we have the Tubbs fire, and we also have a fire up in Geyserville north of us, and it looks like these two fires are going to merge together overnight and create a mega storm here. And on top of that, we have the wind shifts coming in tonight.
Right.
So, we get the wind shifting for a day. We've been favored by a wind that has been coming off of the ocean and blowing all of the fire backwards on itself. And it's starting at about 20 minutes or so. We have a red flag warning that's going to go up. And the winds are going to reverse and come out of the northeast, and they're going to start driving the fire towards our area again. So we're doing what we need to do. At least we got time. I mean, we went in some neighborhoods. You'll see the next video on the Great Santa Rosa fire coming up of Coffee Park today, and these people had literally minutes to throw what they could into a car and flee as this fire swept miles across the city from way up in the hills all the way over to the very western edge of the city where we were up there today. So we don't have a lot of choice. So once again, we do have all of our super important stuff in one box, and we're continuing to add to that. Missy Jen, you've taken care of our firearms and everything, and
Firearms, ammunition, all
yeah.
that sort of stuff. They already talked about that on TV. That needs to be made sure of. Then of course medications, paperwork, and all that stuff. And then
once again, I'll grab the same vintage audio units. Everything else is not so dear to me as some of that is, but it's people first, then things. I don't know what the situation is going to be with the dogs. I imagine the neighbors were around. They were in Mexico.
They just actually came home.
They were in Mexico the other day when the first wave came in. So I think the feeling is, if we can make it, our death toll is now risen to 25 here. If we can make it through the next 24 hours, especially overnight, I don't think there's going to be any sleep tonight for a lot of the city here, because as you'll see in the video coming up, you can literally, we were driving home tonight, and you can literally see the hills, a long line of fires, and just perched, unfortunately, like a sword over the head of the city here. So we're hoping for the best, but we are preparing. And like I say, we're fortunate, Jen, that we have a little bit of time to think about what we want to grab, because our hearts go out to the people who didn't. It still can't. There's nothing to get in these neighborhoods. There's nothing to go back to.
Seeing people that went back and they were rummaging through the ashes,
and they're leaving with what? A little stained glass hanger. There's nothing there. People have asked, how could a fire move like that? Well, just imagine this: that fire on Sunday night into Monday was moving one football field every 3 seconds. You think you could run that fast and outrun a fire? There was just no chance. So we consider ourselves lucky. Now Janet, our friend Janet, is down in the Fairfield area. She's getting closer to a mandatory evacuation down there. She's under also very severe threat of their house, the boss and Janet's house. Very dry land down there in Fairfield. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. And if you guys, it's not just about us. It's it's Bobby, who Bobby the stoic. Right. Bobby's probably sitting there watching the playoffs, kind of oblivious, but he's gone through a lot recently, and we'll stay on top of him. But just wanted to give you an update on our situation for Wednesday evening. So if we can make it through the next 24 hours, I think we'll be okay. So we're gonna keep at it, and we're gonna stop out to get a bite to eat, and maybe try to do a hangout tonight, power permitting, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of sleep going on. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching.